Russian authorities say a group of Ukrainians have conducted an attack on a civilian vehicle in Russia's Bryansk region near the Ukrainian border. 2 people were killed and a child was wounded by the gunfire. Officials have called it an act of terrorism. The area is being swept for mines and other potential explosive devices to ensure the security of civilians. Russian security services say the militants were pushed back into Ukrainian territory, where they were then targeted with artillery fire in order to prevent further civilian casualties. RT correspondent Donald Causer takes a closer look at the Ukrainian group that has claimed responsibility for the attack.
A Ukrainian terrorist attack in Russia's Bryansk region. They crossed the border and opened fire on civilians, with neo-Nazis once again leading the charge, one of whom was the notorious Russian national Denis Nikitin, founder of the treacherous Russian Volunteer Corps.
In order for the Russian Volunteer Corps to become a legal unit, I had to move mountains. I touched the hands of half the top military brass in this country, politicians too, and Arestovic's advisors and the deputy heads of the security services of Ukraine, and so on and so forth. So I personally talked to scores of people before we really moved the mountain.
Nikitin organized his extremist battalion alongside a clothing brand of like political orientation, White Rex. Appealing to racist football hooligans and the far-right MMA scene, the brand features a wide array of symbols loved by fascists: the Black Sun, Iron Cross, and the number 88. According to Vice News, Nikitin declared this new clothing line would become the neo-Nazi Nike.
In a rare interview, Nikitin has outlined his ambitious vision for White Rex, calling it an all-encompassing lifestyle brand, a sort of Nike for Nazis, that promotes his old, ugly ideology as something strong, healthy and aspirational. In recent years, the White Rex logo includes a helmeted warrior encircled by a black sun, an occult symbol that's been adopted by neo-Nazis. The logo has become an increasingly common sight in European gyms, fight clubs and football terraces.
But Nikitin's not just trying to help Nazi enthusiasts play dress-up. No, he's created a means of communication between members of the ultra-right wing, free from the scrutiny of the mentally healthy part of the population.
You can't see any swastikas or runes. These should be clothes that people are comfortable wearing around town so that they can recognize each other.
Terrorizing civilians alongside Nikitin was the militant yoga master, Kirill Radonsky. Search him up on Google and you might run into his seemingly harmless invitation to yoga classes. But a quick visit to his Instagram will leave you without any doubt that he is just one more neo-Nazi. That's not all, though. There was yet another fascist among them, Oswald Lemov, a wanted criminal in Russia. These are the people that Kiev seems to think are fighting for freedom against the so-called Putin regime.
Today, the Russian Federation is an entity involving a large number of inter-ethnic, inter-religious, socio-political and other conflicts. These are the people who are fighting against the Putin regime and its supporters with weapons in their hands. Perhaps the Russians are starting to wake up, realizing things and taking some specific measures.
And unfortunately, that's probably how the Western media is going to spin things as well. No mention of the actual neo-Nazis leading campaigns of abuse against civilians. Just closed eyes and covered ears.